So the cadet Hondas bring themselves to the start line. Theo Mikuris and Daniel Ginchard on row 1. Koskan Irfan and Oliver Behrman on row 2. Lucas Ellingham and Alfie Rigby, row 3. Oliver Greenall and Josh McLean, row 4. Then Harvey Charter and Arvin Lindblad, Oliver Gray and Archie Brown. Aston Miller and Zach Walters, Justin Brouard and Tristan Rennie, Sandro Ballesteros and Sonny Smith, Marcus Luzio and Declan Russell, Kyle Casabanti and Ryan Willis, Luke Weston and Neo Phipps, and then Ithian Simmons at the back. The green flag waves. Off we go. It's a good start from Theo McCurris. Ginchard in the global karting number 54 slots into second. Then the two Virtus Motorsport entries of Behrman and Koskan Irfan into third and fourth. 25 drivers go under the bridge. 25 drivers emerge the other side. And all, at the moment, still facing the right way. Over the bridge now through turn number 4. The leaders in single file already. And into the first hairpin with Oliver Behrman now slotting into second place behind, but not for much longer. In front of Theo McCurris, Daniel Ginchard takes second. McCurris slots back into third. Then it's Irfan and the number 38, the BRK, number 38 of Alfie Rigby. So Behrman establishes himself in the lead again. Runner-up in this event last year to Harry Thompson. Second in the British Championship to Harry Thompson. But now, and it's always a risk to stay on in a class, especially cadet, when you have finished second, because there's only one place to go. Anything other than winning the British title will be seen as a failure. So Behrman is driving like a man on a mission. Good time to say the usual roundabout bill. And commiserations as to the current state of the beloved Orient. Oh, hang on. You almost had commiserations to the current state of your beloved go-kart, because Koskan Irfan just sent one up the inside of Daniel Ginchard and almost left his braking just a tad too late and managed to gather it together before he cannoned into Oliver Behrman. And there's drivers on the grass going into the Fullerton S's there for about 5th and 6th position. Behrman having to do a little bit of early defensive work there. Now he's got his rear gunner. He's got Irfan behind him. Irfan had to, hang it out there to get into second place. Rigby's through to third. Ginchard is there in fourth now. Then it is the number 29 of Harvey Charter for global karting, but there he is well back in that second group of karts. And the pole man, Theo McCurris, has been caught in that group as well. I think it was McCurris who may have been on the grass. He's down in 10th place. And that front four lead by 2 seconds. Oliver Greenall for Evolution Racing is next in the number 64 kart. Well, actually, sorry, he was with Evolution. He's now privateer according to the programme. Ellingham is 6th, the O-Plate winner. Followed by number 7 of Archie Brown. And then the number 29 of Harvey Charter. But the lead four quartet, Behrman, Irfan, and Irfan will be desperate to just stick himself between Behrman and anyone else. He can push Behrman away or try to, or if not push him away, prevent somebody from disrupting the team harmony, as it were. On to another lap, 6.5 minutes to go. The back of that lead group, Daniel Ginchard getting his head down. You can see Oliver Greenall and Lucas Ellingham in 5th and 6th trying to push on and get up to the front, but the gap is now 1.9 seconds. So these four drivers working together is helping them push away. Alfie Rigby in 3rd place sets the fastest lap of the race. That's a positive sign for the leaders. But behind the front four, Greenall, Ellingham and Brown are all trying to do the same and work together. Can they close the gap on the top four, which currently stands at nearly 1.9 seconds? They've still got over half this race to go, however, as they go through Bobby Game Corner. With Irfan just keeping that nose planted on Behrman's rear bumper. And they're probably thinking, you know, we want to finish 1-2. The best way we can finish 1-2 is by working together, not fighting for the wins in the heats, but then making sure we start 1-2 when it really matters. Not today, not even tomorrow, but on Sunday afternoon. If they can do that, then they can battle away. Rigby and Ginchard falling back a little bit now. Greenall and Ellingham are not making any progress. Neither is Brown in 7th. Oliver Gray, number 63, is 8th. Then Theo Mikuris and Aston Miller. And Zach Walters and the number 95 of Sonny Smith. Up in the 12th position, Justin Brouard and the rest. We've still got all 25 starters running. David Lindblad down in 17th, now having a great run. One of the drivers attempted to do double duty. And it's, of course, Koskan Irfan, who is the best place of those doing double duty at the moment, in 2nd position. And still the chasing trio of Greenall, Ellingham and Brown cannot close that gap. 1.76 seconds, which is nothing with 4 minutes to go. It all depends on when Irfan and Behrman start battling, if they start battling. But I have a feeling it's going to be more a case of when Rigby and Ginchard start battling for 3rd place that will be the key. And to say that pleasant to see bright blue skies overhead. Does make the glare on the TV monitors a little bit disconcerting to try and identify a couple of the drivers, especially when they're heading towards the sun, but that can't be helped. I'm sure that you don't mind a little bit of glare for the benefit of being brought this event live in its entirety across 3 days in sunny but breezy Lincolnshire, as through the final corner and onto start finish straight goes Oliver Greenall in the 64, Lucas Ellingham in the 0, and Archie Brown rather, in the number 7. Theo Mikuris is recovering. He's recovered to 8th, but is a long way back from this group that we're looking at now. We've got 2-kart breakaway at the front, 2-kart breakaway for 3rd and 4th, and then a 3-kart battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, and another scrap led by Mikuris for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Two and a half minutes to go. Still no sign of Irfan committing to a long-lasting lead. The chasing trio come out of the Mike Wilson complex now. The gap was 1.5 seconds between Ginchard in 4th and Greenall in 5th. It's still 1.5 seconds. So all this effort that they're all putting in, because all 3 of the groups at the front are driving tactically and sensibly, nothing much is happening. Lots of battles going on further down the field, but this is a fine example of how to work the slipstream as a cadet. Koskan Irfan could pull out and pass Oliver Behrman virtually any corner he wanted to. He would have to really risk something, and, you know, Behrman would have to kind of concede, but that would only harm their long-term chances, because they don't want Rigby or Ginchard or Greenall or Ellingham or Brown to win a race. They want to win them all. It's certainly Behrman who is showing his teammate the way, his younger and less experienced teammate the way. I have to say that Irfan, who's only in the second full year of karting, is doing an excellent job of just learning learnt the style of racing very, very quickly. And he knows sometimes you have to let a few race wins go begging to make sure you get the final wins you want at the end of a long season. 23 seconds to go. And does look as though Oliver Greenall and Lucas Ellingham and Archie Brown are closing in a little bit on third and fourth place. Here they are, coming through your screen, chasing that number 54 of Ginchard. And, well, it's only 1 second now, 1.1 seconds. The gap is coming down ever so slightly, but the time clock is also coming down. In fact, the time clock has ended. And next time around, Oliver Bearman and Koskan Irvin will see the last lap board. There it is. And here we go. Will Irvin make a move? He looks across over his shoulders to see how close his rivals are. Doesn't want to take out Bearman or be in an incident, but likewise, he doesn't want to just have to sit there. He wants to try and win this race. Down the hill towards hairpin number 1. Round the first corner still, the first hairpin rather, still Bearman doesn't defend. Irfan doesn't attack. Up the short chute now. Rigby has passed Ginchard. He's stayed ahead of Ginchard, and Greenall, Ellingham and Brown are all now battling amongst themselves. So it's a head-to-head scrap. The last couple of corners between Bearman and Irfan. I'm not quite sure how much scrapping we're going to see. We'll see now. Through the Mike Wilson complex. On to the start-finish straight. Bearman gives him the thumbs up. Irfan was never going to attack that. Irfan knows that 2 second places is good enough for second overall at the end of today. That's front row. That's job done. And, Oliver Bearman giving it a bit Euro there on the slowing down lap. And the rest of the field coming across the line. It was Rigby third, Ginchard fourth, Ellingham got fifth there at the end ahead of Brown, Aston Miller, Theo McCurris eighth, Oliver Gray in ninth. Then the of Henry Charter. David Lindblad managed to get it to 12th place at the end, but I do wonder what happened to Oliver Gray or Oliver Greenall. Well, Oliver Greenall finishing 20th, so he must have had an issue. That is the end of the Cadet Honda racing today. An exemplary performance from the Virtus Motorsport team, and that sets them up very nicely for all the same